And then the MVP of cheaters is the dude with the boom mic. That dude is reasonably athletic. He's always about 6 feet to 6'3", 6 feet, he's tall. And he runs and he gets every single sound. He don't miss nothing. They walking around, they get, come on. The nigga with the boom mic is in the back like this, over everybody. He catch every sound of cheaters.
So today on NewbieVeT, we got a special guest. We got comedian Saseddrick. What's going on, King?
Man, what's up, brother? How's everything with you?
Can't call it, man. So how you feeling today, man?
Oh, man, outstanding, man. Life is good. Oh,
okay. Cool. So, man, how long you been doing comedy for?
Man, I've been doing comedy about 11 years, man. Officially got started with comedy January 17th, 2009. I opened up a show for my man Tyler Craig over at Club 706. Been hooked ever since.
Oh, okay. How was that experience?
Oh, man, it was kind of crazy, man, because prior to that, I had entertainment. I was doing singing. I was in a singing group and all this stuff, and it was just a whole new lane to go into, but I was unusually comfortable on stage, man. And when I heard the first people laugh, I was like, oh, my God, that's it. It just hit like napalm, man. I ain't never forget. It was a guy there in like a bronze-colored jacket. And I said, yeah. I told the lady, I was like, yeah, your man over there with that old bronze metal jacket on. And she looked at him and she laughed so hard I could see the ball in the back of her throat. I said, oh, yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be at. That's it. Yes, sir.
So the transition from the music to comedy, was it like a hassle or was it kind of hard to let go of the music at that time? Or
Nah, the music scene was changing. I was getting a little bit older. I was, like I said, I was in a group at first. And then, it's not a lot of opportunities around here in this area for it. And then the shift of the area was going, to rap. Everybody was rappers. Wasn't no more singers, wasn't no more groups. And I was getting older, that 25 was like that magical point that you wanted to try to make it by.
Right.
And, because nobody really want to pick up on no 30-year-old R&B singer out the gate, So,
right.
yeah, so it wasn't hard at all, man. I knew I wanted to be an entertainer. And then once I got into it, because I've loved comedy all my life, man. I've always loved to laugh and have a good time. So it was kind of seamless. And then I actually used the R&B in the comedy. So it like they went, hand in hand, one and the same. So it was an easy transition.
Oh, okay, cool. So your first time, your comedy, touching the stage in comedy, like how was it feeling like that? How did the crowd react to you? Was it a good show or?
Oh man, it was great, man. I had a, opening, they chump you off when you open to give you like 3 to 5 minutes, no more than 7. Bruh, I didn't want to come on stage. I got them laughing. I kept finding more and more funny stuff to say. They had to cut my mic off, man. They had to stop me. No, you got to come on. They was flashing the light up. I just kept going. I ain't understand at the time that was disrespect, but nah, man, it went very well.
So that's considered disrespectful in the comedy world.
Oh yeah. It's two things in comedy that's blatantly disrespectful. You have to respect the timing, and you also don't steal material.
Okay.
Those are two big things, man. When people give you the light, you go wrap up and come off. It's very unprofessional to continue going. And you don't take anybody's material. You don't take it and remix it. You don't use anything that's not yours, not original.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hennessy Williams said, "Turn up, said great interview."
Oh man, my boy, all day, man. That's my bro.
Yeah. Okay, so been doing comedy for 11 years and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are some of the pros and the cons of doing comedy from your experience?
The pros. First of all, like I was told by a good friend of mine, you always do it for the love. Because if you do it for the money or the financial gain, you'll end up quitting because it's a slow grind. It's not an overnight success type of business.
Right.
The pros is the feeling that you give people. It's a euphoric feeling, man, where you take them out of their everyday problems and you give them something to laugh at. You take them out of those bad experiences that they may be having or going through, and you talk about things that they can relate to, and you take them down memory lane, and you know what I'm saying, you kind of navigate them into a much happier place for the moment that you have them. Now the cons is it's not an overnight success business. You're not going to probably get rich tomorrow. It's an ever-changing business. It used to be about the talent and the grind. Now it's about social media and followers. So a lot of different things change about the business. That's the cons. But like I say, like I was taught very early, you do it for the love, man.
Okay, cool. So I know you've been watching the Gayle King, the Gayle King interview.
Yeah.
With Lisa Leslie in it.
Yeah.
So what are your opinion on that?
She was definitely out of line. I mean, we just lost one of the greatest athletes that we've ever known. We lost a worldwide figure. And not only we lose him, this is a guy, you understand, he had an impact on the world because we watched him grow up from 17 years old. He's like he was right in front of our face.
Right.
And, you know, this generation of athletes that didn't get to experience the Michael Jordans and the Magic Johnsons and those other great athletes that came before, this is the guy they know as being that guy.
Right.
So it's very sensitive because we haven't even, it's been 2 weeks today that we lost him.
Right.
And, you know, Gayle was trying to be, she made an attempt to be a proactive journalist, but she went too far. If you mention it, you know, and it's a sensitive thing, you got to come back with the positives. I felt like she dug too deep. And Lisa Leslie was trying to be respectful of her.
Right.
Because people don't, Gayle's worked a long time to get a good reputation because for the longest time she was just Oprah friend.
Right.
Now she has her lane and she's pushing that. She definitely went too far. And people just don't respect death like they used to.
Right.
Once somebody's dead, we don't talk about, you know, I was raised by old school Southern black people. Once somebody's dead, that's the end of their chapter. They can't defend themselves.
Right.
So you don't talk about it no more. Right. She dug into it and she went deeper and deeper. And I think that's where the problem arose. Yeah. And it's a sensitive time, and you know, people are giving a lot of backlash, and I don't feel that's right either. We definitely don't want to threaten nobody or try to threaten her life or nothing like that.
Right.
She still made a mistake, and she wasn't right. She tried to come back and cover it up. I think that just made it worse. I looked at the video and I was disgusted in myself. No, you wasn't, because when the line of questioning came out, Lisa Leslie tried to push you away from it. You went in with like 3 or 4 other questions. So you definitely wanted to talk about this in that light. And like I said, it's a sensitive time for that.
Yeah.
And I think she was completely out of pocket. But that's one thing as black people, we don't stick together at all, man. So they tagging her. They throwing her under the bus. I don't think that's warranted. I don't think she should be receiving death threats and things of that magnitude either.
She was considered a strong black woman when she interviewed R.Kelly.
Oh yeah, R.Kelly. She was up. Yeah, she was up. She was up on points with the R.Kelly interview. Yeah, and I'm like, come on, man. And, you know, everybody gave her props about that. R.Kelly broke down crying. He wanted everybody to see. Did y'all get that? 28. Yeah, they're trying to take my career. Now your career's gone, bro.
Did you think on Saturday Night Live did a good parody of that? Did you think it was? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I saw it. I thought it was pretty funny. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Saturday Night Live, they do a good job with the parodies and whatnot. Yeah. But it's also, you know, it's more mainstream humor. You know what I mean? It's not like, you know, strictly urban. It's kind of like pop humor. So
okay, tell us the difference between the two. Like, what's the difference between like modern comedy, like pop comedy, like for mainstream type audience, and then you got urban comedy? Like, what's the difference between the two?
Oh man, urban. That's like Eddie Murphy said on Dreamgirls. What's R&B? It's rough and black. That's what urban is. Urban is when you get gutter with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like no holds barred. It's strictly for more of a late night urban kind of crowd. You know, whereas you have like mainstream comedy guys who like these A-listers. They have to do stuff that's just not geared towards the black community. They have to do something that's for everybody.
Right.
Because if you look at your major guys that's in the game, I mean, you got a lot of C-list comedians who travel. You may know them. They're known more so in the urban community. But the people that make it big and get like really, really out there, those are the guys like Kevin Hart's, Chris Rock's, all those guys. Okay. They have a mass appeal. If you go to their shows, you're going to see a lot of white fans. You're going to see a lot of Asian fans. You're going to see a lot of, you know, Hispanic, everybody. Yeah. So it's more of a that type of comedy is more, it's less abrasive material. Like, like the urban, the hood comedy, they cuss, they talk about sex, they talk about violence. These other guys, they talk about more so like life experiences, things they've been through, current events, things like that, and they twist on it. So it's more mainstream, so it can be on your regular television stations, the urban comedy. And then when the show start at 10:30, you already know what you're gonna get. You already know.
You already know.
Gutter. Yeah, but I embrace all of it, man. I love all types of comedy.
Yeah. So dealing with comedy, so I know you come across a lot of people that's getting into comedy for the first time. So like, what would you tell comedians that's getting into the game? Like, what tips would you give them in comedy? Like, what to look for, what not to do?
Like I said, it's not an overnight success story. You're not gonna get it right away. I think you have to be real about yourself. You have to have a certain amount of natural ability to do it. I think the people that do it naturally, they have an easier time. If you're not funny already, I've seen people actually teach themselves how to be funny over the years, but it takes more patience. And I encourage everybody to get on stage as much as you can. Some people have a degree of talent, but they don't get on stage and work on their craft enough.
Right.
And, it starts out, it ain't going to be no money in the beginning. You're going to start out doing open mics. You're going to start out doing a lot of stuff for free. Any stage that somebody will have you at, go ahead and do it. And to learn the different phases of comedy too. Because I've talked to some comedians, they was like, man, how you do shows without cussing? It's easy. You just don't cuss, I mean, but if you want to eventually take this thing to the next level and put yourself on television and have more opportunities,
right.
I mean, you have to be able to do it without cursing. Cursing is like a bad crutch for comedians. We just do it kind of out of habit, and we put it in there where it don't need to be. Because think about it, we came up, we watched sitcoms. We watched Bill Cosby and them. Bill Cosby didn't cuss.
Right.
It was funny. He didn't cuss. We had several comedians. Everybody watched Steve Urkel back in the day. Well, nobody on Family Matters cussing.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and all those sitcoms that we watched, whether they was black, white, or whatever, we laughed at them, and then people weren't cursing and using abrasive material. So I think that's a bad crutch that we as comedians sometimes get. Because I look at myself, I look at some video, like, why was I cursing? Why did I throw that in there? There was no need for that,
Yeah.
And that actually, it have some type of versatility to your comedy game. Learn the comedy game, immerse yourself in it. I think a lot of comedians don't do it. I think they just grab the mic and they just think they can just pick up and do it. If you're conversational, that's always a plus because you're able to navigate through different circumstances if you're conversational. I've seen some comedians that wasn't funny, but it was something about them that made people want to sit there and listen to them because they were very conversational. So I would tell them, be conversational, have a wide range of material, and cut back on the curse words and the bad habits, and just hit as many stages as you can. I mean, you'll feel it. You'll feel yourself getting better over time, and that's the experience, man.
Yeah. All right, dealing with music, man. So, what you think? What's going on R&B, man? Like, what happened to R&B?
Man, I think they traded R&B in, man. I think the music game, period, it used to be about quality over quantity.
Right.
They were content to have a certain amount of music put out as long as it was good music.
Right.
Now, with the advent of social media, and now everybody got a studio. They got studios all over, so anybody can put out anything they want at any time. I think the quantity now is more important than the quality. And like I say, the music, the vocal quality went down. It used to be a time if you couldn't sing, you had like a couple cats that got away with not being able to sing. You had a Keith Sweat, maybe a Roger Troutman who hit the voice box. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But now anybody can take off and make a record, man. Even if you can't sing, I think now they appreciate the people that can't sing now more than they ever have. Yeah. So that it's different in that regard, and it's just true R&B where people grab the mic, sing about love, feelings, their life. That's kind of dead, man, because everybody's singing about all other. It's about having a Bugatti. It's about doing as much drugs as you could do. It's about a whole lot of other stuff, man. And then like the auto tune just completely changed music like forever. Because now people can just put, people who can't sing can put an auto tune on their voice and get themselves through a hook. Yeah, but I mean, I'm pretty sure real singing gonna come back, man. It's still some real dope artists out there that's still doing it, man. So. Yeah.
So you seen the Trump impeachment?
Yeah.
He won.
Yeah.
What you think about that?
Hey man, why is everybody surprised?
Right.
Well, I mean, the thing people don't want to realize about American government is there's a lot of error in our government. There's a lot of how can I say it? There's a lot of room for improvement. There's a lot of corruption in our government, and we have several instances of things that this guy has done that weren't right. So they call him out on it and they bring it to the forefront, and basically he got away with it. Right. Our government is steeped in that. That's been going on for a very long time. How do you think this guy got in office, man? Right. This guy, I mean, come on, this guy, and he has don't get it twisted, because if you interact and mingle with people, it's a lot of Trump supporters out there.
I didn't never know that many Trump supporters until I actually like you didn't even gotta look hard.
No, you don't. You don't. You don't, man. I'm telling you, man. I just realized it occurred to me a couple months ago. I was like, wow, a lot of these people. I've had a couple different people, Caucasians, come to me in conversation and just talking and just say, you know what, Trump is the greatest president we've ever had. And I'm like, wow, how did you come up with that? With all the things that he's done. I mean, he may have made a couple of strides as far as like, I think his strength is that he's, he's got a great financial background. He comes from money, and he knows like how to do business and make his money, make him money. Right. You know what I mean? So I think he's brought that to the table. But the blatant disrespect, the getting caught in collusion with the Russians, and just a whole lot of other things that have come about. And it's just like, he don't care. He remind me of you remember like Brett Favre when he used to play football? Yeah. Brett Favre would throw the ball any kind of way, and he didn't care. He would fling it. He could throw 3 interceptions in a row. He's going to call a pass play the next time. I ain't telling it's kind of a weird comparison between Brett Favre and Trump, but Trump just don't give a damn. And then that fuels the fire. Because, I mean, just like I said, we're living in this era where social media is so important. The leader of our free world comes out and says anything he wants to, whether it's bad, otherwise, good, bad, or otherwise, and that really fuels the fire. Right. It's people that want to see that. They may not say it every day, or they may not throw it up, but people love that about him. That's why he's so popular. Yeah.
He's a reality star.
That's exactly what he is. He's a reality star, and the reality is he's our president. So I mean, it just keeps going, man. It's like there's a lot of stuff that's going on that he's done that's been disrespectful, and he got away with it, basically. But they've been getting away with it for a long time, man. It's not no new thing. We have some definite issues in our government.
Yeah, that is true. That's true. So, have you had a chance to watch Eddie Murphy Dolomite movie?
I have not, man. I've heard a lot of good things about it, man. Eddie Murphy is timeless, man. Right. People don't realize, man, that dude is super duper talented, man. And for all the ups and downs he's had in his career, I'm not surprised that he's coming back strong. His Netflix special is going to be great. I saw him on Saturday Night Live when he came back to Saturday Night Live, man. He hadn't missed a beat, man. I mean, we talking about people act like they forgot. Right. This dude took right after Richard Pryor, the mantle got handed over to Eddie Murphy. And Eddie Murphy took comedy to the next level. And then what he did too was he translated it. He started doing movies. Right. He got himself to a point where he didn't have to even do stand up no more. Blockbuster movies. And, for a long time he was like the top black leading man in Hollywood for a long time, man. People act like they forgot, man, but nah, I'm not surprised at all. Eddie Murphy, OG, man, OG. I'm definitely, man. Eddie Murphy's definitely got to be in everybody's top 5 to me.
So do you feel Kevin Hart is that dude now?
Oh yeah, Kevin Hart's definitely that dude now. Because every time you go to the movie theater, you might be watching a movie with Kevin Hart. You're gonna see 3 other previews of movies with Kevin Hart in them, and people don't realize, they don't give him credit for what he's done, man. And it's like when you're at the top, either people love you or they hate you. Yeah. Oh, I don't like Kevin Hart. He ain't that funny to me. look at his grind.
Right.
Look at his grind. I mean, Seinfeld was the top grossing, top paid comedian in the world for like 20 something years straight.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that.
Yeah. Kevin Hart has taken it over like the past 3 years. He's eclipsed what Seinfeld has done. This is the dude, same dude started out in Soul Plane.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We see how terrible that was.
Yeah, we see how terrible it was, but guess what? Yeah. We all watched it.
We all watched it.
We watched. Oh, that's a horrible movie. How you know? Because I sat there and watched it several times. You know, several times. But even since then, you know, what people don't realize about the grind is when he did Soul Plane, he was already doing comedy over 10 years at that point. You know, that was just like his big breakthrough.
Right. And
everybody talks about how horrible the movie is. He got the point out there.
Yeah. I like the Paper Soldiers better.
Yeah, Paper Soldiers. Yeah, Paper Soldiers are actually good.
Yeah, that was good. I kind of like that one.
Yeah, Soul Plane was kind of
too over the top comedy.
It was, man. It was kind of like this quirky, off-brand urban humor about something that would never happen, and like all the stereotypes about black people.
Right. That's why.
That's why. Yeah. That's what. But
it was white directors wrote it.
Oh yeah.
And just top black comedy that we wouldn't even do.
Yeah.
Like this.
But the point works. Hey, you watched it.
Yeah, we watched it.
Once you watch it, then you know you.
They had a star-studded cast on it.
They did. Monique, Snoop. What's my man name?
Ryan Banks.
Yeah, the big dude. God, I can't think his name.
Oh, you talking about
Witherspoon was in there. Some more. The dude that played Gayman.
That got sexually molested.
Yeah, dude that played.
He got touched.
Yeah. Terry Crews was on there. All of them sexually molested. That's funny.
Terry Crews. What you thought about that when that came out that he was touched by Hollywood? Is that?
Man, you know what? It's a lot of stuff that goes on in Hollywood that it's a lot of people that have to do stuff they don't want to do to keep their jobs and their positions. But you touch me. we got to fight. It's over with, man. Nah, you're not going to touch me and I'll be like, no, I don't want to lose my place in Hollywood. And Terry Crews is big.
Yeah, he's big.
His wife is big. They could have really wrecked shop. They could have I'm talking about that could have been like, you know, like them old school wrestlers like Farouk and the other dude. Right. They could have been like a tag team. I would have whooped everybody in there.
Right.
But I just think, man, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in Hollywood that stays on the low. And but I couldn't took that one. I couldn't took that. You Terry Crews, you big. And then I kept thinking about that one time he was in that Friday movie, and he was like, "Ooh, Tupac." I was like, "Oh yeah, that's it." Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
But nah, man, I couldn't have took that, man. I think you gotta stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
You guys, you can have hosting this show. I don't wanna host this show no more. I don't wanna do this now. I want to whoop your ass.
So one more question, man. This is about Oprah. Okay, do you think Oprah still has a thing with the black audience?
Woo, that is very good. I think she does have. You gotta realize who Oprah is. Oprah is the first black female like mogul that we've seen. Because I mean, she's a billionaire plenty times over. She has as a black woman, she's opened up a lot of doors for African Americans, herself, and other people. But you gotta realize, being rich that many times over, she's also privy to another crowd of people. You know, so she's like really, she make a whole lot of money. So she's really, she might be a Republican. You know, realistically, look after her financial gain and all the things that she's accomplished and has going on, she very well could be Republican. She definitely rubs elbows with those people. I think black people, a problem in our communities, we turn on each other so quick. As soon as we hear something we don't like, we think, we'll turn on, we through with them. But I mean, Oprah is a very powerful person in entertainment, and I think she's definitely she has enough money where she has to play the game. She can't just come out and just be urban. She can't come out and lose the urban community by saying that I'm a Republican.
Right.
She can't do that either. So she's actually in a bad spot. But I do think she's done a lot for African Americans over the years. But I do think she sits at the table with those privileged white people too.
Yeah.
So, but she's a powerful figure nonetheless.
Right.
Because see, when Bill Cosby tried to buy NBC, we see what happened to him. His charges came up.
Yeah.
Oprah went totally left. She's on her own network for a minute.
Right.
You know, and I think, you know, she's done a lot of great things, man. But I just, some of the issues I have with Oprah is that, you know, some of the opportunities she's taken, I don't agree with. Like, I was really upset with her about the Michael Jackson thing. Mm-hmm. One of her biggest interviews was when she had Michael Jackson on her show. She did a primetime interview with him. It's one of the biggest things she ever did. Yeah. But then, you know, 10 years after he's dead, you do a documentary about some people that made accusations about him and took him back and, you know, flip-flopped on it.
Kept lying.
Yeah. I didn't really dig that, man. I just think, but, you know, as black people, we always want to think the worst of our people first.
Right.
You know, but I just thought that, you know, her integrity should have lied a little bit more with Michael Jackson and his kids and his family, more so over that particular story.
Even the Russell Simmons thing.
Yeah. Even and, you know, and the thing with Monique had a problem, you know, with Oprah, Lee Daniels, and them people, man. I mean, I think they could have, you know, sat down and talked about it, made some things better. Because at the end of the day, they're all black entertainers. You know, any issue that we have, even if we agree not to work with each other no more, we should still be cool enough to where, you know what, you go this way, I'm gonna go this way, and we can agree to disagree.
Right.
But I think that don't go on with us, because we get that riff, we start going hard, and everybody's bad, and nah, we just gotta. I would like to see more unity as a people with us. But I think Oprah's definitely done a lot for a lot of black people and black careers. She's done things that we didn't even think was possible. We didn't ever think a black person would have the top talk show in the world,
right,
and get to $1 billion and own all this stuff, these networks and productions that she's made. So she's definitely done an outstanding job with that. I just think, you know, we're not gonna like everything everybody does.
That's true.
But she's done some things that have kind of upset black people as well. But that's to be expected. But it's not nothing that we shouldn't be able to work out. Yeah. Now Gayle in trouble. Gayle might not be. Gayle messed up. It's totally different. She ain't got Oprah money, so Gayle. Oprah had to beef up the security.
Oh yeah.
And how Snoop Dogg gonna threaten somebody? Snoop, you 50 years old, you weigh 112 pounds. Who you gonna threaten? That's right, Gayle, I'm gonna come after you. Like he wasn't Baby Boy. I mean, Baby Boy had that baggy wife beater on.
That baggy wife beater.
Yeah, I'm not feeling scared. I'm not
small
Oh man.
So is there any love you want to shout out, man, before we slide off on Newbie?
Oh man, hey, listen, follow me on all social media, man. I'm gonna spell my name for you. It's Saseddrick, Saseddrick. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Follow me. I got a one-man show coming up. February is pretty booked. I got a one-man show coming up in Toast of Augusta, February 22nd. It's gonna be terrific. I got a couple friends of mine gonna come out and rock the stage with me. It's a lot of surprises going on. Sandersville, I'll be in Sandersville February 28th, featuring for Shula King. Double D is gonna be the host. We got a internet sensation, Shula King, gonna be in Sandersville. We'll be at Oconee Tech, so y'all come check that out. And I'll be hosting a fashion show downtown on February 29th, man, for my girl Imani and my boy Shography. We're gonna have a good time down there with that too. Just Shography, yeah, man. Shography, I mean, I'm taking pictures, man. He did a couple photo shoots for me, man. But Shography, get some AC. Turn the AC on before I get there. I don't think the AC had to warm up a little bit. We had to put the jumper cables on the AC.
Oh man.
Nah, man. Good people, man. Great people, man. They wonderful. I love working with them, man. So that's what I'm all about, positivity. Working with people who are trying to do positive things like yourself. I really like what you're doing.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, when I first met you and we first talked, you know, your element of positivity and professionalism was on the next level. I looked at some of your work and you take it very, very seriously. So you definitely one of the people that I want to, you know, continue to work with to keep a good business relationship with, man, because we got to have that, man. It's too much drama and BS going on, man. So you meet people that's really soldiers in the game, you know, it's definitely important, man. So I appreciate you, brother.
Man, no problem, man. No problem, man. Much love, King.
Definitely.